Good morning, class. Today we are going to do a fun and exciting lesson to learn about consonant blends. So first I have our teak, which is something that Texas says that we have to learn as first graders. So I have it written here. You can kind of follow along with me. If you notice, it's in two different colors. Those words in pink that are underlined are very important, and we're going to go over them. So here it says, the students are expected to decode. Does anyone know what decode means? I know that's a really big word. So decode means to translate, so to make sense of a word. So you as a student are expected to make sense of words in context and isolation by applying common letter sounds, correspondences, including consonant blends. Now, I know that this is just a lot of words, but I did want to go ahead and show you what Texas says you need to learn. But let's go ahead and decode, so make sense of our teak here. So it says that you have to decode consonant blends. Those are two words that are underlined and in pink, so they have to be important, right? So what is a consonant? Can anyone tell me what a consonant is? So a consonant is any letters that aren't a vowel. Can anyone tell me what our vowels are? Right, so A, E, I, O, and U. So our consonants, for example, are B, C, D, F, G, H, J, all the way to Z, as long as they're not A, E, I, O, or U. And what is a blend? That's probably a new word. Does anybody know what a blend is, or have you ever heard the word blend? So a blend is two sounds, two letters, that come together to make one sound. Well, in this case, we're going to be talking about consonant blends. So, for example, S and L, they make the S sound, like in sleep. S-L in sleep. So today we are going to be looking at words that have those two or maybe even three consonants that work together to make one sound, and we're going to be making sense of them. So today we're going to be learning this by using this really cool voice changer app. I have it downloaded here on my phone. It's this little, can't really tell, yellow app here. And whenever you say something into it, you can change your voice to hear it back. So today we're going to be working on pronouncing, well, first reading off flashcards our words and making sure that we're pronouncing them right. So we're going to use our voice changer app to be able to do that today. So just for example, I'm just going to show you this. I'm just going to say hello. Hello. So with this voice changer app, we can hear ourselves say it back normally and make sure that we're saying it right. And then we can also change either the background or the way our voice sounds just to make it kind of fun. So we'll do a snail. Hello. That made it really, really slow because snails are slow. So today we're going to be doing that. I'm going to pair you up into groups. I'm going to talk a little bit about the app and how to use it and everything before we split up though. So again, I'm going to show you here. It is the little yellow application. It says Voice Plus. It has a microphone on it. So we're going to click on that. And I've already been on it, so mine has a snail on it. Yours is just going to look blank. And you're going to record. So just like I said, this little red button, you hit it and then you say something. So, hello, and then you press the stop button. And it plays it back for you, normal at first. Hello. It'll play it back normal at first, and then if you just hit the very middle of the screen here, it'll take you to all of these different things you can change your voice to. So we have a snail, we have underwater voice changer, we have birds, we have traffic, sirens, DJs. You can make it fast or just really slow. You can add helium to your voice to make it very squeaky. You can make it sound like a robot. Lots of different things that you can do to your voice. But we just want to make sure that we're pronouncing these words correctly because that's what our objective is today. So now that after you've selected something, so like I have the snail here, you would just hit play and it would play your voice back and sound really, really funny. And then once you're ready to move on to the next word, you would just hit record again. Record it, listen back to it normally, make sure you're pronouncing everything right, and then you can change it up for fun. So we are going to split up into our pairs. I have about 6 to 8 words for you and your partner to read aloud. You're going to read one word, your partner's going to read the same word. You guys can play around with the app, change your voices a couple times, making sure that we're keeping our voices down a little bit since everyone's recording, and making sure we're keeping our giggle level down a little bit as well. We are learning, but we are learning and having fun. So make sure that we are really focusing on pronouncing rather than just changing our voices. I'm going to go ahead and give you some examples of what the consonant blends are. So here I have glad. The G and the L in glad is our consonant blend. Notice that the G and L are not A, E, I, O, or U, so they're not vowels. So G and L, gl, makes one sound. So that's why that is our consonant blend. So I'll just do glad for you on the voice changer. Glad. Glad. Made sure I said that right. And now I can change it to something really funny. Glad. And that was our robot. So that's really cool. Also on the back of your vocabulary words here, I wrote just a small definition. So glad is to be happy or delighted. So now you know what that means. And then I also wrote an example sentence on the bottom. I wrote, she was glad her team won their soccer game. So you can work on pronouncing it, understanding your consonant blend, and then looking at your definitions and an example sentence. So if you have any questions about that, you can, I'll come around, I'll ask you what glad means, maybe I'll ask you to put it in your own sentence. But make sure you're pronouncing it all correctly. If you need help, you ask your partner. That's what we're partnered for. And then you move on to your next one. I've done sly as well, so I can do that. The S and the L is our consonant that makes it a blend. So it's like sly. And let's go ahead and I'll show you how to do this one. Sly. Sly. See how that S and L only made one sound, and then that Y made that I long sound at the end. And we'll change it to helium. Oh, that was really funny. Okay, so I think I've gone over the application enough. If anyone has any questions, I'll be going around the room, answering questions. I'm going to go ahead and pair you into your groups. So I have blue cards, and I have red cards set on the back. And you and your partner just needs to take a stack of one and listen to directions because I'll tell you which stack. And then, like I said, you will take turns. You will do sly, your partner will do sly, and then you'll go to the next one. You'll do glad, your partner will do glad. And remember to be looking at the definitions on the back and sentences because that'll help you later with our next project. So for my blue cards, I have Trent and Blake, Lily and Max paired, Elizabeth and Haley, Matthew and Emily, and Alondra and Levi. So those groups can go ahead and go get the blue cards. Take one stack of the blue cards and you can get started. Like I said, it is the yellow and orange application. It's called Voice Plus. Go ahead and get started. Remember, we're really focusing on the pronunciation of our consonant blends and, of course, the rest of the words, and then you can start looking at the back of your cards. Once you're done, just let me know. I'll listen to a couple of your recordings. That's how I'm going to know that you are doing, saying your words right. If you need any help, of course, I'll be coming around. I'll be listening to you while you're playing with your app. So the blue groups, go ahead and go get your cards and get started, and I'll be coming around shortly. Now for my red groups, I want you to go ahead and grab your stack of cards with your partner as I tell you who your partner is, and then just come sit back up front real quick. So I have Jose and Austin, Danny and Maria, Sing and Clara, and Amy and Luis. So go ahead and grab your red cards, and then just come sit up front, and we're going to go over a few more things. So everyone has their iPads out, so it should be one iPad per pair. And I have this little picture here just to give you a little bit more clear understanding of what the application looks like. So it looks just like this. It's orange on the sides. It's a yellow microphone. I know it's a really funny microphone. And then it says Voice Plus is the title of it. So everybody go ahead and get to your app, and I'll go ahead and open mine. And just like before, like I've told everyone else, I just want to make sure everyone understands what we're doing before I release you again. You're going to grab a card. You and your partner will do one card first. And so this one says grip. You will read your card normally into the app and listen to it and make sure that you're pronouncing it right. And then your partner will read it and make sure that you're both pronouncing it correctly before you move on to the next one. I'm going to be coming around. I might sit with you a couple times and ask you a few questions about what the consonant blend is. And I hear you pronounce it before you move on, okay? So then you move on to the next one, and then you do the card and your partner does the card. And I want you guys to go ahead and go through and pronounce everything first before you're looking at the back of your cards. So we're really working on being able to read this and say it correctly. So we're going to go ahead and start. I'll be circulating around your groups a lot, and then when you're done, just let me know, and I'll get you started on your next project. Okay, great. So you're done. Perfect. So now you can go ahead and grab another partner that's already done, a group that's done, and switch partners and just be with someone that you want to work with, that you feel, a little bit more comfortable with maybe, and or you think that you can help, or someone that can help you. And go ahead and pair and just go through those cards real quickly one more time. And then you can start looking at the vocabulary on the back and the sentences on the back, and then come get me again, okay? Okay, so the last portion is your independent work, which means a work you're doing completely by yourself without partners. So I've written a definition on the back. So this is glad. I've written a definition on the back as well as an example sentence. So for your independent work, you are going to write a sentence with your consonant blended word, a sentence of your own. So even though you have this example here, it's not supposed to be anything like mine. Use your own words and write a sentence. Make sure to use all your punctuation and your capitalization correctly. And that's going to be your independent work. If you don't finish it, it'll be your homework, okay? I'll be coming around again, reading a few of your sentences, probably asking you to read a few of your sentences to me, and making any types of corrections if we need to. So go ahead and get started on that, and then we'll be moving on soon.